Radical living encompasses the heart, and today living in a modern world that has sadly compromised the journey to simplicity, to spiritual wholeness and wellness. But you and I can change that. How? Well, for a start, we have free will. That is one of the greatest gifts the Creator God, Goddess, has given to you and me, the gift of free will. I'm part of a cyber community, Strange. Yes, an online community of ordinary men and women like you and me who are on a journey, a spiritual journey, a journey that encompasses the heart, a journey that sets you free, a journey that allows you to be who you truly are, a child of God, a child of the light, a child of the earth, a child of love. Our spirituality may appear radical to conventional religious families. As a Catholic Christian, I grew up very much influenced by religion, orthodoxy, dogma, and a lot of it was fear. But I didn't realize it at the time because I was immature. But through illness 16 years ago, out of that breakdown came an amazing breakthrough where I was allowed to walk again and to see things not through my own eyes, but through the eyes of a loving God. Our cyber community embraces Celtic Franciscan spirituality. It embraces a loving God through the natural world, which I perceive as the soul of Francis of Assisi. And that spirituality is radical because it empowers you to take responsibility for your life. It's not a nannying spirituality where you rely on others to feed you, where you rely on a church or a building or a religion to tell you what you must do. Because the moment you surrender your heart to your God, something happens. You are given the key, a friendship key, that unlocks the mystery and allows you listen to your heart. It's a sense of coming home to the person God made rather than the person you made. It allows you to recognize your radical dependence on God. It gives you a greater understanding that less is more. And it allows you to break through to contemplation, to embrace the mystery of what it is to be in love and to be loved by God. It also empowers you to embrace a deeper spiritual freedom where your conscience is allowed to develop and to grow, devoid of anger, guilt, oppressive theologies, clericalism, fear. It allows you to be that beautiful child of God that you are, and the Spirit of God allows you to choose the spiritual teachings that will allow you ascend to grow and evolve into that amazing child of God that you are. Francis of Assisi really is a role model for me, because he says it as it is. He speaks to the heart, and he invites the heart to embrace one's inner truth. A truth that many desperately want in this life. But so many are disappointed because they are confused. Because many of the world religions lay down their rules, their regulations, and often they enslave one to a sense of I must do duty, rather than allow one be free. As a Catholic Christian, I was very much happy and content in my comfort zone. Everything was provided for me. Mass was at a certain time, and I would go there. But when I went to Assisi to kneel at the tomb of Francis, I thought I was just attending a wedding in Florence. And after the wedding, we were free on the Monday, and we were guided to take the long train journey to Assisi. And when I got there, I wasn't interested in joining the tours around the Basilica. There was something saying, go and find a staircase that goes down into the bowels of the earth. And I found it. And I went in, and there before my eyes was the tomb of a monk, a 12th century monk, whose radical spirituality challenged the church. A church that had lost its way. A church that was more focused on legalism, clericalism, dogma, fear, control, than empowering others to be free and embrace God through love, not fear. And as I knelt there before this tomb, I began crying. Why? I have no idea. And then I sensed something in my heart. Break free. Leave your comfort zone. Go on a journey where there is only trust in the will and love of God for your life. And then I sensed in my heart I was being guided to reach out and embrace all faiths, which I've done all my life. But this one was a challenge because it was saying, establish the Teo community of interfaith Franciscans. I embraced all faiths. I embraced every child of God as a beloved of God. I didn't see their religion, their labels, their wealth or their status, just a child of God who was hungry for love, divine love. And then came a direct question. Welcome all faiths into the Teo community of Interfaith Franciscans. And then I began to shudder because I knew I would be rejected. I knew that I would pay the price in my ego. And I knew I would lose friends and maybe family, because they would see me as a heretic for not sticking to the teachings of my church, which I still do. But I'm on the outside looking in rather than on the inside looking out. And today, 8 years on, our cyber community of men and women have chosen to embrace simplicity. They've chosen to embrace less because it is more. They have chosen to vow their life to God, taking the vow of providence, where they depend totally on God to meet their needs. Whereas society today want God to meet their wants. And God doesn't do want, He does need. Our cyber community embrace Celtic Franciscan spirituality, where they honor God, the divine, in nature, in the animal kingdom. We become spiritual ecologists like Francis. We are trained to become ambassadors for peace by emulating those teachings in how we live our life. We're encouraged to walk the talk rather than talk the walk. And the example of Francis and his friend Lady Poverty are at the very core, as is embracing and welcoming brothers and sisters of different faith traditions. We leave the judgment to God, and we embrace each other in love, and we share with one another the richness of one's teachings, and together we sit at the table of God and we praise the one God, God of love. Our spiritual pathway is, as I've explained, is one of simplicity, where we're empowered by the love of God to draw up our own rule of life and to live that life of simplicity from our monastery without walls, our own home, and come together online by joining our brothers and sisters for morning and evening prayer, for our peace vigil for Gaia, for the whole family of God, to pray for peace, for interfaith unity, and for justice. And then at midnight we have a peace vigil where we come and embrace the cosmic Christ. We come in our woundedness, in our brokenness, and using our gift of free will, we invite the cosmic Christ to touch us. Would you like to be a part of this online cyber community? All you have to do is to show a willingness to surrender your heart to a loving God and honor your spiritual teacher. If it's the Lord Buddha, Vishnu, Ganesh, Krishna, Sri Chinmoy, Paramahansa Yogananda, Rumi, Osho, Mia Baba, it doesn't matter who, providing your heart is aligned to the Supreme God of Love. You can be a friend of our community, because we know in God's time the field of dreams that's already in existence in the ethereal realm will eventually manifests itself to the community. But for now, we nurture one another in love, and we share Franciscan spirituality that's rooted in Celtic spirituality, where we embrace the totality of God in the universe. We do not worship trees, we respect their energy. We do not worship man or statues or deities. We only embrace the mystical heart of God. And we undergo a period of training, initially, the Tree of Life, where we embrace angelology, diaphanous energy, embracing the teachings of the cosmic Christ and the divine feminine, the angel Bakwa, the blueprint given by the angelic realm to self-heal on planet Earth. We embrace interfaith Franciscan Celtic spirituality, the teachings of our brother Essenes of Mount Sinai, and their affirmations to reprogram a negative mindset to become aligned to the heart, so that it is the heart that speaks, not negativism. Let us come now. Let us be still. And let us invite, invoke, and ask the peace of your God to come into your life and touch you now, and show you God's will for your life. And that takes courage, because it entails sitting in silence and stillness and making time to be still and embrace silence, the language of God's love for you and me. I would like to conclude with these beautiful words taken from the song from Brother Sun and Sister Moon by St. Francis. If you want your dream to be, take your time, go slowly. Do few things, but do them well. Heartfelt work goes purely. If you want to live life free, take your time, go slowly. Do few things well, but do them well. Heartfelt work grows purely. Day by day, stone by stone, build your secret slowly. Day by day, you'll grow too. You'll know heaven's glory. Beautiful words, yet simplistic. And often people are challenged by the word simplicity. And that's what we're called to be, simplistic, childlike, not childish. I want to share with you now a fourfold Franciscan blessing, my gift to your heart. May God bless you with a restless discomfort about easy answers, half-truths and superficial relationships, so that you may seek truth boldly and love deep within your heart. May God bless you with holy anger at injustice, oppression and exploitation of people, so that you may tirelessly work for justice, freedom and peace among all people. May God bless you with the gift of tears to shed with those who suffer from pain, rejection, starvation, or the loss of all that they cherish, so that you may reach out your hand to comfort them and transform their tears into joy. And may God bless you with enough foolishness to believe that you really can make a difference in this world, so that you are able, with God's grace, to do what others claim cannot be done. And the blessing of God, the Supreme, our Supreme Majesty and our Creator, Jesus the Cosmic Christ, the Incarnate Word, our brother, Savior, teacher, mentor, and friend, and the Spirit of God, who is our advocate and guide, be with you and remain with you every step of your journey, every day of your life. Namaste. Shalom inshallah paxet bonum. Om Shanti. Solo di Caritas. Peace. God bless you. And remember, you are loved, not for what you wear, what you say, or what you do, but because you are a child of God.